Look, a lot of times they can spot our attitude, like you got a whole attitude, or they can spot the manipulation, or they can tell when you trying to run something and you overstepping your boundaries. And he knows that if I do not alpha male this, she is gonna have me. It, yeah, no mitching.
Welcome to His Wife, Her Husband.
I am Shamika, his wife. Shoot.
And I am Patrick, her husband. And our purpose is to help you build
And sustain your marriage.
from a biblical perspective. We are having a fit over here. We're trying something new. We want to bring it back to the house. A little bit more comfortable, a little bit more interactive, just relaxed atmosphere, not so uptight atmosphere. That's the way it's supposed to be. Not so much of an uptight atmosphere, but anyways, it's happening. So,
We got stands.
yeah, but now I feel like we are,
Off.
but that's because we moved so
It's
far.
not aesthetically balanced.
Okay, you got to move over because, or I have to move over or something.
Get just to be close
There we go.
to you.
Anyway, so been a minute, been a
Yeah,
minute
and y'all let us
again,
get our footing again.
Again.
Please don't turn off because it's not balanced.
right? Sit down, Autumn. Sit down. There you go. She didn't stop. She didn't stop moving to turn the cameras on. She must know the cameras on herself. Anyway, today we are so we're gonna let you in our house. Shamika does not like the pet, but everybody else does, so she's outvoted. Number two, we're working on making her a kind of outside inside dog, but there's a process, and Shamika is having another fit. What y'all don't see is her leg is moving back and forth because she has an issue.
Hey, just to be
So there's a reason, but
close
see, there's a reason why.
to
I'm not gonna tell that part, but there's a reason why the
Pat.
the dog has a special place in the heart of of us.
And I appreciate the
You know what I'm
dog.
saying?
Like she
So
came through clutch. But
she
now,
did
look,
come
I
through
mean,
clutch.
okay, look.
Anyway, enough about that. Old school versus new school. I made a I did a short. And in the short, I was saying that, and y'all let me know if you agree or disagree. In the short, I made a statement. Well, it's in the video, but I created the short. But in the video, I made a statement that if your husband, because your husband and wife, the husband's not at home, his friend comes over to the house. If that friend come over to the house and the husband's not there, then that friend either leaves and come back and wait till the husband get home, or if it's a short time, the husband waits outside. Now,
The guest.
I mean the no no the guest, yeah, the friend waits outside till the husband gets home. He does not come into the house. Why? Because the man of the house is not here. Those are old school, non.
Well, listen, let me say this. We
What's no? What's the
heard it
word?
was old school because it's not
What's the
old.
word? What's the word I'm looking for?
Old fashioned.
No, not old fashioned.
Outdated.
No. That's just uh
Oh, common courtesy.
no,
Oh,
it's not.
respect.
No. Unspoken rules. That's what
Oh,
I've been saying.
unspoken.
It's like it's not like you can go checklist about marriage, whatever the case may be. But for definitely because I'm 50, so the person was like, you know, dude, what you talking about? This ain't the 1900s or something like that. I don't know what she said. I forgot what she said. But or
Was
he
it guy? Yeah.
was it a guy?
Yeah. Wait,
A
I don't
person.
know. The
The
person.
person said, this not back in and whatever. But I think there are certain rules. There are certain things about which is probably why some of the marriages are where they are, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes I know the Bible talks about don't move the ancient marks. I mean, sometimes there are certain traditions I think that should hold. And a man coming to your house
Yeah.
when you're not there, I think is one of those things that help out in securing the marriage for the long haul.
Yeah.
What you think?
I do too. Like it's common courtesy, yeah, well, yeah, it's common courtesy, and yeah, I think that yeah, you need to wait. Like it's a no brainer. I have some other thoughts, but
Go
like
ahead. What's the other thoughts?
like usually if you don't mind somebody coming in your house, then it's a reason why you don't mind. You probably tired of the headache. That's one. And so if you know that, yeah, you need to stay outside. Like, yeah. Yeah.
Because I think the thing was we were talking about, you know, the guy and the girl. I think we were talking about platonic friendships and stuff like that, and I think
Correct.
that's where that came up. Um, but I think it's just I don't know. And I think maybe probably I don't know if I just said this already that some of the marriages find problems because there are certain things you're trying to take out, and for some reason this generation believes if it's an old school thing or if it's an ancient
Or if it's old fashioned.
old fashioned, like that's so old fashioned, but a lot of times those old fashioned guidelines actually in my opinion help with the marriage. Like, go ahead.
Yeah. So the truth of the matter is, they're called boundaries.
Correct.
And if you don't establish boundaries or have boundaries, then disorder is going to happen.
Mhm.
Confusion is going to happen. Dysfunction is going to show up.
Mhm.
Like it's going to do that. So it's to our benefit to not move the ancient landmarks. Like they are there for a reason. Not necessarily to keep you in bondage, but to serve as a reminder to the other ones, don't cross that line.
And a lot of people think they don't want rules.
Mm-hmm.
But a society without rules is chaotic. You feel what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Uh-huh.
Like there has to be always. Or you think about a city with no policing,
Mm-hmm.
man. It's what an anarchy. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So think about a marriage with no guidelines, no rules, anything like that. Imagine if you go to a bowling alley and there are no gutters across the whole. Man,
Mm-hmm.
it's bowling balls all across in certain pins. You feel what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Another example would be like traffic without traffic lights,
Mhm.
without traffic rules or laws.
Right.
Again, those are interchangeable, but it's the same thing. But you need those dotted lines, and even though they don't say stay in your lane,
Mhm.
they serve as a witness, a visible witness to you that you are out of your lane. And even if you are on a road that does not have those dotted lines, it's a demarcation that's there, that's understood. You didn't crossed over too
Mhm.
far on your from your side. Mhm.
Here's the thing. Whether you guys think, whether you guys think are some old fashioned rules about marriage, I want to see them in the comments. Old fashioned rules about marriage that you think are two categories. One, old fashioned and they still work, or old fashioned and they don't work anymore. Or you think it should be done away with. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
that's
that's
I kind of
good.
want to see it. Because I want to see what you guys think about
You
some of
know
those
what?
old fashioned rules.
You know, mm,
Which I I'm
whole
50,
value. Yeah,
so I hold true to
yeah. One of them
those
is
things.
I think, and you didn't ask me, but I want to say something old fashioned just to give you all an example.
Hmm.
One would be like asking the father hand in marriage for your daughter.
Yeah, yeah,
Again,
yeah.
old fashioned.
Right.
And technically you don't have to,
Mhm.
but the respect of
Mhm.
saying, "Hey, I would like to have your daughter as my wife," meaning that is someone in your family that I'm interested in.
Right.
Like have that conversation with the father.
Mhm.
I believe that meeting the parents, that's
Mhm.
old fashioned,
Mhm.
but again, that is so needed. And I believe that when we bring those back, or if those are established, that guess what? That would probably curtail a whole lot of headache
Yeah.
and heartache
But.
because
Mhm.
excuse me, because the fortunate is that parents, and if you have siblings, they see things that you don't see.
Right.
Love really can be
Blinding.
blinding,
Yeah.
and so if it is blinding, then guess what? You it's some things that you don't see. You
Hmm.
have blind spots.
Hmm.
Mhm.
So cause I'm a father with three daughters, I definitely think that's true.
Yeah.
Like, please, don't just, I don't know. Again, like Shamika saying, you don't have to. I just think it's a
It's
good
in
thing.
order.
It's in order,
It's
and it can
especially
help. Cause,
especially especially when longevity and this idea of permanent commitment is coming into play.
hmm.
Because I will say our children have helped us to see that we don't have to meet everybody.
Hmm.
Because it was a time where we wanted to be we were very hands-on parents, and so we wanted to know who your friends were, where you were going, do.
Hmm.
And a lot of times if you meet too soon, then attachment can happen. Like it can just be too fast. The
Right.
truth of the matter is that it just things happen and it don't go that route.
And
So I've learned
mhm.
I've learned to respect um, our children's judgment, but then by the same token, I would hope and pray that they would not get married or go into anything serious without us being included.
Right.
So that involved us trusting them in their judgment.
So I think the thing is not that well, we're trying to choose
Control.
who they live. I mean,
Hmm.
choose who they choose.
Hmm.
But again, like Shamika just said, that sometimes you you we can probably see some things that you can't see,
Yeah.
and that helps out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That
Yeah.
that kind of helps. Oh, like this. Or if the parent is smart enough, you're asking in such a way that it doesn't seem like you're picking or you're deciding or you're making a decision about the person that they chose. You're just asking questions about the situation so that they can think.
Hopefully see and
Right.
and look at
Hmm.
it from a different perspective, because the truth of the matter is we have a tendency, others have a tendency on the outside looking in, we see things different. And when some people are on the inside, they miss some things that's on the outside. So yeah, I think that it's in order.
Yeah. Um, I think one of the other things, and this is just dealing with respect in the marriage, is I think I just think about when you meet a couple,
Hmm.
even if I don't know the man, I'm like, hey, what's going on, Keisha? I immediately shake hands with the other guy, shake hands with the guy. You know what I'm saying? Now I don't know if that's old school, new school, or just respect on both levels, but I think that's one of those things. I'm not just gonna talk to Keisha and her boyfriend or her husband is sitting next to him or sit next to her and not acknowledge him
Their
and shake his
presence.
listen
Yeah.
and shake his hand. That means a lot to me as well for a man. Shake his hand, give him a firm grip, look the man in his eye, introduce yourself. How you doing, my guy? My name Patrick, man. I went to school with Keisha. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then I think that helps out as opposed to not saying nothing to him. Now the guy feels some kind of way, and he should. I think that becomes an issue. And then she's like, "Well, it wasn't nothing to it." Like, I don't know. I just think
Yeah.
again, old school. I just think that's just what it is. You
Yeah,
know.
and so that goes back to even the handshaking. That may be considered old fashioned, but the concept again is about respecting. So if it's a fist bump, the point is
Mhm.
acknowledge the other person. Don't just have a conversation and act like that person is not sitting there and that
Mhm.
they are with someone,
Mhm.
because it can come off as disrespectful,
Mhm.
or it's just I'm not going to say disrespectful. It comes off rude.
Mhm.
Now, if that's what you're going for, then it is what it is. And so it also helps us not to be. Well, let me say that. Yeah, that I'll stop there. But yeah,
Say it.
I was just thinking. That's why it's so important too that in your relationship that you establish um, security and you establish rapport with your spouse, because when someone is rude, it doesn't move you one way or the other.
Mhm.
You're not trying to make your spouse put somebody else in check, because the truth of the matter is someone else's actions are their actions. That's
Mhm.
not your spouse's action. Your spouse cannot make somebody respect you, but they can reassure you that I got you and
Right.
I'm not going anywhere. And that doesn't happen during that first, you know, a rude incident.
Right. Here's another thing. This just me.
We are soapboxing.
This if we're at a place and I am the person that's more familiar with the crowd, and I'm bringing Shamika with me, then when it's time to eat or something like that,
Yeah.
I let's say I'm making a plate. Make sure you make a plate for your spouse first before you make a plate or fix a plate for anybody else. I've been places where the wife fix a plate for make a plate for another man before they made a plate for their own husband. I know you're saying that's not a big deal, but I'm telling you, those little things mean a lot. Like it's nothing. Oh no, you're good. But in the long run, it means a lot. And so even if he may not say anything, subconsciously, if it's done over and over again, I promise you it'll be an issue somewhere down the line. Again, old school. I get it.
So the message is take care of your own spouse.
Right.
Don't be trying to and or significant other, because sometimes you may be together, not quite married, but
Right.
again you in a setting
Yeah.
that is understood that we are together.
Correct.
Yeah, stay out of folks' business. Don't be fixing nobody plate. Fix your own. Worry about sweep around. If the old song, sweep around your own front door, or you try to sweep around mine. Don't be trying to manage. You know, this ain't no multi-purpose
Right.
center.
No multi-purpose center.
We got it.
Right. So again, that's just us. Listen, y'all let us know.
Excuse me. And
Okay.
then by the same token, now this particular.
Hold on, time out before you finish that. Make sure you subscribe to this channel if you have not done so. Make sure you hit the notification bell so when we drop new videos, you'll be the first one to get it. Also, make a comment.
Make the
and
algorithm
and share.
angel
So we are
put us out
We're like
there.
an algorithm demon. We're trying to help us defeat the algorithms. And I don't know. I think the algorithms change every now and then. But make sure you do it. Subscribe, like this video, share it, comment, hit the notification bell so when we drop new videos, you'll be the first one to get them. Go ahead.
Okay, so now the last comment that we made, this is so true, because a lot of times this is where we let familiarity become to our detriment. The truth of the matter is, you know, if you start fixing his plate and tending to your guy, and by the same token, the husband, know if you done been negligent and not been cherishing your wife. So sometimes you can be in a setting, and another person will show you up where you didn't drop the ball. Pick the ball up. Pick it up. You know?
Right.
Because a lot of times, again, we have a tendency to just
that thunder?
I think it is.
Okay.
That we just have a tendency to overlook those seemingly small, insignificant things that matter and mean so much. So don't take your spouse for granted.
Yeah.
Don't take your wife for granted. Don't just assume that she's going to want to fix your plate. Give her a reason to want to tend to you. And by the same token, the husband needs to make it where she lovingly and is excited to tend well to you. So now that's the truth of the matter, because somebody else is watching to see who's juggling.
Somebody always watching.
Who's juggling. All right. And so what you won't do, she surely will.
So another thing, old fashioned. It's just for me though. I just think it. I think we don't think it means a lot. And it may not be a big deal. Like, it's not a big deal for me, but I promise you it goes a long way. Opening the door for your spouse. The husband open the door for his wife before he get in. Now, because we had these new things, wives, when you get in the car, unlock the door. Back in the day, you used to have to reach over to unlock the door when he opened the door for you. So it'd be like, I get it because I can hear it. I don't need a man open the door for me. I can get my we're not talking about taking away or
taking away your
individuality. Right.
We're not saying that.
We're just we're dropping what I think are nuggets that help the marriage move forward. Another thing, When
You
you're
all not gonna have anything to
when
write.
you're walking,
Yes.
oh, you could just agree. Like, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
even if I'm saying something that you agree it is, like, put it down. Or
Yeah.
say I disagree.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
really care
Yeah.
about disagreeing as long as you're respectful.
Yeah.
Another thing is when we're walking, make sure men walk on the outside.
Mhm.
The woman walks on the inside. So say you're walking on the sidewalk, men be on the outside, women on the inside. Those are just things for me. So if we're dealing with Christ loving the church, husbands love your wives like Christ loved the church, that He gave Himself. That's a giving of myself
Yeah. You
to my
basically
to my wife. You know what I'm saying?
providing protection and
Right.
care for your spouse.
Now,
Yeah. That's
if
a visible.
if that makes me symbology, hey, that's cool. I'm not tripping about that. That whatever it is what it is. I'll be there and I'll own up to that. But I just think but here's the thing, to my wife, I don't mind being a simp.
Now, I was getting ready to say, now, when it's concerning simping, I think that if you are a wife or if you are a woman, that it's one thing for the spouse to genuinely care for his bride.
But they call it, even if you genuinely care,
They call that simping.
I,
And they
maybe I don't know.
probably
Hey,
they probably
listen,
don't have
here's the
one,
thing,
because
because
if
I'm
you
old
care about,
fashioned.
I mean, it's just like having a child. You care about your.
Was somebody define in the comment section? Please, please, if somebody see this video, share this with somebody who knows what the definition of simp means. I might look it up in the Urban Dictionary, but right now I didn't do that before the video, before we
Yeah,
hit play.
yeah.
Put it in the comments. Let me know what it is, and then maybe we could talk about that too. The art of symbology. I don't know.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, when a woman truly loves her husband, are you kidding me? There is nothing that he wouldn't do. I believe that he would. Ain't no mountain high, ain't no valley low, ain't no river wide enough, baby. Like these songs that were back in the days. If you're talking about simping, they were simping back then. But the
In
woman
the
had.
songs that were. Go ahead.
Uh-huh. Yeah. But but the women gave them a reason to want to defeat the odds for them.
Yeah.
And they were not demanding. So we can't be saying in one breath, I can do it myself, and he don't even open the door for me. Well, look, what do you want?
Right.
Because either you're going to open the door for yourself, or either you're going to wait patiently for him to come around and open the door for you.
So do nice guys really finish last then in that case? Because when you was thinking about that, it's like the guy who was doing that, does he finish last? That's
Now
what they
let
say.
me
Nice
say
guys
this.
finish
Now,
last.
now you cannot now. Hopefully, I don't get in trouble, ladies. Well, here we go, and y'all know that this is the truth. Every now and then, every now and then, we need to know that we can be put in our place properly, meaning not domestic, no hidden, no none like that. But we want to know that we can push the boundaries, and you will push back and say, "I said no." Now they ain't say he ain't say like that, but he's like, "No." You know what I mean?
So it's not put in place, more so for the man to be firm
Yeah, we can say
in
that.
decision making.
Yeah, you
Right.
know, because I thank you for trying. Thank you for protecting me.
Mm-hmm.
Because at the end of the day, a real woman understands exactly what I mean. A real one, like,
You can't.
come
Okay.
on,
All right.
a real woman
Gotcha.
know exactly what I mean. You don't want no jellyback.
Correct.
You want somebody that can stand 10 toes down, look you in your face, and say, "I said what I meant, and I meant what I said." And it's so much security in that. By the same
Here's
token.
the funny part. The funny part about what you're saying is because working in a beauty shop,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it is, but
Yeah.
I've heard women actually say that. Now, we're
Yeah.
not talking about abuse. We're not talking about mental abuse,
No.
verbal abuse, anything. We're just talking about men standing and being
Yeah.
men, whatever that means.
Yeah.
That's what that means. Yeah.
Yeah.
All
Because
right.
look, a lot of times they can spot our attitude, like you got a whole attitude, or they can spot the manipulation,
Mm-hmm.
or they can tell when you trying to run something and you overstepping your boundaries.
Mm.
And he knows that if I do not alpha male this, she is gonna have me. Yeah, no mitching. He was not ready for that. Don't nobody want that. A real woman don't want that. It's
She don't want no Mitch.
no Mitching. No. He wasn't ready for that.
All right, listen, we're going to end with that one then. So, again, let us know in the comments. What are some old-fashioned you think that need to be done away with? What are some old-fashioned
We need
rules
to
and
bring
regulations
back.
that need to be maintained? And like Shamika just said, what are some old-fashioned rules and regulations that need to come back? Let us know what you think in the comment section.
Kind of like Throwback Thursday. Some things you just need to bring back and remember.
Okay.
Remember when. You know,
Gotcha.
it's a
Anyway,
time and a place.
that's good.
It's a season.
We thank you. We love you guys. Take care, and we'll see you on the next video.
Bye.